Hello, Asher, and welcome to my presentation of today's tasks that we were meant to do. I will just start right off, and the homework that we needed to do was watch this video and answer the question, why did Hemingway sign up to become an ambulance driver in World War One? He basically felt that he had some kind of responsibility to be a part of the war, and he felt like it was such a defining moment for the country, so he needed to take part in this war. And he felt like if he didn't take part in this war, he would not be able to face other people at home. Like it was some kind of bad thing not to interact in this war in some kind of way. So yeah. And the other part, me and Rasmus misunderstood this part because we couldn't really find a very short story in OneNote because we did it, and we did this part here, and we really couldn't find the other novel that we were supposed to read. So we looked through here, and then we just thought, okay, maybe this is it, but we just basically answered all these questions like it was a farewell to arms. So I will just Asker, just imagine that this is a farewell to arms, and I will answer these questions. So search the text for references to the weather and nature. In what way does the development mirror the story? So I used this quote: we lived in a house in a village that looked across the river and the plain to the mountains. So this novel really explains how the nature is placed and located around. It's almost like a map is created inside of your head, and almost like you have some kind of glasses that show the nature. So basically the development takes a drastic turn because in the start it's very calm, and we hear that right here, and the water was clear and swiftly moving, and later on we get to know that the troops are marching, and therefore the dust are going up, and everything basically becomes dusty because of all these marshes and the fast cars driving around at night, and you can listen and you can see, and very, very dusty. So basically it becomes uncomfortable in the end and very noisy, and in the start it was very peaceful and quiet. So whose point of view does the language in the second last paragraph reflect? What impression do you get of the character? So I just thought that when I answered this question, it was supposed to be the second last line of the novel. So it was the part where he said that only 7,000 people died of cholera. So then I wrote that the last paragraph reflect the language of the whole war's casualties, as if 7,000 people are not a lot of people. It almost seems like he is happy for it because he isn't really used to such a low rate of death. So he was maybe happy because he has seen so many other casualties, and the impression of the character we get is that he has been through a lot, and he has seen a lot of people that have died in this war. Comment on the ending. The ending is a very good indicator on how the things was, and it contained a lot of death, and therefore the character almost seems like he's becoming numb of all these casualties he's witnessing. And then we have a farewell to arms, the real tasks. So how does what is going on in the Wall-E affect the nature there? Yes, I didn't understand that in any kind of way, and you could say you could delete this, and what is going on in the Wall-E affect the nature there. Yeah, no clue of what that is meaning, so I will just skip that. So, how does our impression and the mood of the setting change throughout the first chapter of the novel? And as I said in the other task that we misunderstood, it goes from being very peaceful and beautiful to become like chaos and very warlike, and the nature gets ugly because it gets really dusty. And yeah, so question 3, what does this do to how our expectations for the novel develop? So I think it really makes us think that the war is going to get even more wild because of the casualties that are to come. And comment on symbolism. And question number 4, comment on symbolism in the text. The leaves fall early, so that means that something bad is about to come, and also the rain in the chapter is also usually a sign that something bad is about to happen. And lastly, the fast cars is a symbolism of roads being dangerous. So, for instance, if you go out at the roads at the night during war, maybe you could get sniped by this someone, so always some kind of danger. Oh, it seems to lag a bit. But then we have the last part. Analyze the style of language in the two texts, use the examples from both and compare to the language in the excerpt below from Oscar Wilde's In the Picture of Dorian Gray. So we said in this that it's very clear that this text is speaking to our senses, and I think it's called imagery, where it consists a lot of these senses like the smelling. We, for example, see the rich odor of roses, like the smelling sense. And Oscar Wilde also has a very describing style, and he uses nature to get our senses into play, and we almost feel like we are in the story and can smell certain things. And the language is also written very formally, and it fits very well with the environment that is being described. So yeah, in Hemingway, Farewell to the Arms, he uses dialogues, which are usually short sentences that are also a trademark for him. And he also has some of the same words he often uses. For example, dust. He uses the words dust a lot in the first task, or the first novel that we were meant to read. So yeah. And the second last question, how do the stories reflect Hemingway's own life? It kind of shows that his love life really hasn't been a big success. So, yeah, that's not good. What is the central theme in both A Very Short and A Farewell to Arms? What do the texts say about war? So, it says it's a really difficult time to be in because of the many deaths that are happening. It seems like the war is kinda inescapable, and it's very hard to focus on other things. For example, he's talking a lot in the Farewell to Arms. He's talking a lot about the traffic going on outside, and he can listen to everything, he can see everything. It's almost like he can't escape this war because he's seeing so many troops going around, and he's seeing those ammunition boxes, and it's really just an environment that he is not able to escape from. So yeah, that was everything I had. Only 10 minutes. I don't know what you expected, but after 1.5 hours, it's really difficult to make an exceptional presentation of everything. And yes,